Pictures presents Tom Selleck, Steve Gutenberg, Ted Danson, Diaper. Will somebody please tell me what the hell is going on around here? Figure it out for yourself.
Are they always this strange? Yes, since they got involved with another woman.
Touchstone Pictures presents three normally intelligent men and one little girl. So, what do you want to do? They're about to discover the only thing worse than raising her. Oh, no, please, not on the silk sheets. Is losing her. We should be her family. And let me tell you, the first time you get a word daddy, I don't care who you are, your heart just melts. Can you drive a little faster, please? Touchstone Pictures presents a comedy about three dedicated bachelors and the one woman in the world they couldn't live without.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Three men and a baby.
I think she did a doodle. Your turn to change her. $, if you'll do it.
So this will be an interesting one. This, believe it or not, was the number one grossing movie in 1987. Can you believe it? So I will be reviewing this movie, and did it live up to the hype? And would I want to see this in theaters if I was able to see this with friends, or if I was?
World 3.
I saw Snow White when I was 3. Yes, I meant when I was old enough. Would I go out of my way to see this? Because this is kind of an odd one for a number one movie, but we will see. I will review it right after this.
Some special friends are in your grocery store. Oh, gosh.
Disney frozen treats? Those are good.
Delicious Disney frozen treats made in the shapes of Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
You can taste the magic of Disney frozen treats.
Does anybody remember those Disney popsicles? I know
Nope.
one person does not. I do. I really liked being sick as a kid because I got to have those popsicles, and I got to watch Star Wars at in the middle of the night when I pretended to cough, and it worked every time.
I'll tell you, Mom.
I got to have a popsicle and watch Star Wars and get out of bed. It was terrific being sick as a kid. I loved every second of it, even though there was some discomfort as well. So, so these were terrific popsicles. I really did like having these. So now to get to it, this is Three Men and a Baby,
Never heard of it.
starring Tom Selleck.
Never heard of him.
Yes, you have. He was in Blue Bloods. He was in. I don't know why I'm starting with that bad boy,
Because that's his newest.
and that's something you have heard of. That is a show I would like to watch at some point. He was also in Mr. Baseball. He was in a couple episodes of Friends. I feel bad for him. He was also in the movie In and Out without a mustache, believe it or not. He also did not have the mustache in Friends as well.
No.
And he was also in a movie called, I think it was called Folks. I believe, yes, it was. Okay.
Well, you forgot all about the Jesse Stone.
Oh, okay. And Jesse Stone. I think that was a show.
I think it was a series of movies, technically.
Oh, well, okay. If somebody can answer that, please comment below on that one. Let's see. He was in. Oh, did I already mention Magnum PI?
No.
Oh, well, obviously he was in that for a very long time. And he was also in Magnum PI, which it lasted longer than I thought. It lasted 8 seasons. I do remember watching that as a kid. I watched it with my mom.
I take it you never watched the reboot of it?
No. I don't think anybody else can play Magnum PI except for Tom Selleck.
Oh, I guess the other guy did, because it was out for a while.
Who played?
I
Who?
don't know. I never watched it.
I don't think I want to know. It was probably somebody lame. It was probably Dylan O'Boring.
Nope. I would have watched it if it was him.
Oh dear. He was also in Quigley Down Under, and he was also in the sequel, Three Men and a Baby. And
Three
he,
Men and a Little Lady.
oh, sorry, the sequel to Three Men and a Baby, which was Three Men and a Little Lady.
There you go.
Jesse Stone was a TV series of movies. No idea what channel it was on, even though I just looked it up. It was obviously something that I didn't really have much interest in if it was a TV movie. So that is pretty.
I don't think it was that bad. Maybe last one was that down.
Maybe they were all. Well, it must have done well since it was on for a long time, and since they made several of them. And then we also have Ted Danson, and
that?
he plays Jack Holden, and you've seen him in Getting Even with Dad and Why. I'm starting out with a one-star movie is Beyond Me, and he was also in, let's see if I can get this right here, CSI New York, and I believe he was also in CSI Miami.
You forgot the actual one he was in, not the crossover one.
CSI, just the regular CSI. Okay, so he was just in the regular CSI. So many crime shows and so many to keep track of. And so many city names as well. Surprised there isn't a CSI Lehigh Acres. So, so now moving on. So then, yes. So,
Back then, the Hikers wasn't a place. I mean, it was, but it wasn't built like that.
no, it was not. So, Ted Danson was also in the show Becker, and him and Nancy Travis were actually together in that show. Nancy Travis, of course, plays Sylvia in this, and she came out in the later years. So her and Ted Danson were both in that show together. Ted Danson also did a lot of other stuff. Of course, he was in Cheers. He was in the movie Loch Ness. He was in Gulliver's Travels, which was a TV movie. He was also in shows. He was also in episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's married to Mary Steenburgen. What do you mean, nope?
I have no idea who that is.
So I think that is pretty much Ted Danson. He's had a very successful Hollywood career. And last but not least, we have Steve Guttenberg, and I already know that the famous line is coming up because who is that? I wouldn't be surprised if you don't know.
Who is that?
I really would not be surprised if you don't know who Steve Guttenberg is. He hasn't really done anything lately, and the only thing I can see you seeing him in would be Two of a Kind with the Olsen twins.
It takes two.
I've
actually seen that.
Two of a Kind was the TV show they were in. I get everything mixed up with the Olsen twins because everything sounds alike. So yeah, sorry. It Takes Two. Yes, because it's one of my favorites. So that was one movie he was in. He was also, believe it or not, in the first Miracle movie. There was a movie before the Kurt Russell movie on the United States hockey team. He played Mike Eruzione, and this actually came out in 1981. I believe it was a TV movie. I've just seen bits and pieces of it.
Never heard of it.
Let's see. He was also in several of the Police Academy movies. I don't remember how much they made. It might have been 7, possibly more. So he was in all of those. He was also in The Big Green. He was in Three Men and a Little Lady. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, he was in Dancing with the Stars. I wonder what star he danced with. Yes, I had to throw that in there. It was a little Steve Guttenberg joke. So that is because he's not much of a star, so he'd be the person dancing. So he'd be
okay. I got it.
ha ha ha. So that is pretty much it for Steve Guttenberg. I don't think I really have to mention anything else because he's not really that interesting. I don't know why they threw him in with Tom Selleck and Ted Danson. Maybe they were trying to launch his career a little bit better. Oh, yes, and he was also in Cocoon as well. So now we're going to get to Nancy Travis, who plays Sylvia. She, of course, like I said, was in Becker. She was in 8 Men Out. She was in the movie Internal Affairs. So that is pretty much Nancy Travis. I know she was in some more stuff, but we will just get into it since somebody has to walk to Walmart. So this premise here is pretty simple. Three bachelors are renting out a Manhattan apartment, so it's probably costing like $6 million to rent it out. So that's why all three of them are living together. Pete Mitchell, played by Tom Selleck, is an architect, and Jack Holden, who is played by Ted Danson, is an actor. Steve Gutenberg is the lonely artist, and so they are three bachelors, and of course they're with a lot of women. They go on a lot of dates, and they so one day a baby is dropped off on their doorstep when Jack Holden is shooting a movie in Turkey. So now Steve Gutenberg and Tom Selleck, or Pete Mitchell and Mike Kellum, are now stuck with this baby. So they got to learn how to change diapers. Um, the trip to the grocery store is pretty amusing when Tom Selleck is in the grocery store trying to pick out food, and he's trying to explain to the clerk what is going on, and it is pretty amusing. I'll show the clips. I won't give any away. So they are just magically stuck with this baby, and like I said, they're scrambling around, not knowing what to do. And then when Jack Holden comes home, let's just say they want to rip his head off because they are pretty much doing a ton of work. So now I will just get into the first clip, and we get to show their bachelor lifestyles. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Sean, we move about the apartment of Peter Mitchell, young architect about town. It's his late 30s or is it his early 40s? We'll never know.
So this is the opening part here. You can see all the girls in their apartment. Because Disney decided to buy everything under the sun, they bought Touchstone Pictures. Oh, they just bought my Coca-Cola bottle as well. So I cannot drink that anymore. So now,
Why are you dumb?
I'm not. They're called jokes. So,
Sorry, Chip is dumb.
so this is the little apartment here, and they are all with women. But again, we have to keep these at 6 seconds because we do not want to redo
That was
this.
like 15 seconds.
Well, oh boy, yeah, we're 9 seconds over. That's a big sin for Disney, and that'll get blocked as well. So now we get to see the baby really quick here. I didn't realize that it was so fast. So the other movies that did join this on the 1987 list, I was a little surprised because Good Morning Vietnam is on there, Dragnet is on there, Fatal Attraction is on there, Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon, some stupid movie called Stakeout, The Living Daylights, which was a Bond. I know it was Timothy Dalton, but still, James Bond is James Bond, and they do sell. So those were some of the movies that were with it. Oh yeah, RoboCop was another one. So there were movies here that I'm a little bit surprised that this was. Oh yes, and Dirty Dancing. So there were some movies here that it really did have to compete with. So how this was the number one was pretty interesting. And I can't remember if I mentioned the Untouchables. So now I will show the second clip here, and Pete Mitchell is going to be getting a little bit of a surprise. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Michael!
That's a baby. Oh, I know it's a baby. What's it doing there? It's sleeping.
So I would have liked to see what would have happened if he would have stepped on this package outside the doorstep there. Uh, so he realizes that there is a baby, and he calls over Mike. So and both of them don't know anything about it. So there is a cute little note, and they find out that it's Jack's. And it's kind of funny since Ted Danson played these type of parts in most of his stuff, and he was the one in this movie that was actually married long term, and the other two guys are actually the real bachelors. So they actually took Ted Danson out to Toronto nightclubs. So that was kind of a funny story that I read on IMDb. I knew that Ted Danson was married, but I didn't know for how long. And in Cheers, he played the similar type of character. He was always with a different girl every single second of every show, pretty much. So, yes, he was quite the bachelor that had several hit and runs. So, so it turns out that Jack did tell Pete Mitchell something. So I will show that clip in just a second.
He left a message about a package. He said it'd be delivered today. He said to put it aside, not to worry about it.
He said that about a baby?
I'd say he takes his procreation business a little lightly.
So what are we supposed to do about this?
Pick it up.
You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
You found it.
So obviously they're not too happy about this. I guess Jack said that there's going to be a package delivered. I don't think he meant this one, but it's still very amusing anyways. So obviously these two are not too happy with this at all. They don't know what to do with raising a child, and it shows right at the beginning. They don't know how to hold it. Now they're going to run out to get baby formula, and I believe this is a part that did actually make me laugh. So I will show that clip in just a second.
They gotta be kidding. Meal for baby.
That's for toddlers.
Toddler? What's a toddler?
2 years?
No, I need something for baby.
This is your first.
First what?
Baby.
Yeah, first and the last.
No matter how much you prepare, you're never quite ready for them, are you?
No, you're not.
So unfortunately, since we have to keep this to 6 seconds, the part here with the part with the grocery store, I'm going to have to sort of split up. So there is some other parts here. Steve Gutenberg, who of course is Mike Kellum in this, he is trying to make the baby laugh. I didn't show that scene because I'm sorry, his voice it kind of was giving me a little bit of a headache, so I just went right ahead to the grocery store. So he is still at the grocery store, and now he's getting all kinds of questions from the store clerk, and actually she's confusing me as well. So so I will try to show the rest of this clip in the one cut, but I'm not sure if I can do that. So I will just show it just in a second.
Of course, they throw up all over you, even if they're not allergic to it, too.
So this is the last clip that I got of the grocery store here. So this was pretty amusing. He's obviously very frustrated with Edna, the store clerk. So he doesn't know what kind of formula to get. He doesn't even know how old the baby is. It's this old. So so obviously she made some.
That's something you would do if you were at a store.
Well, if it was my baby, I would know how old it is. Unless I was overly tired and just didn't feel like dealing with people in the store like I don't now. I go in for 5 minutes and people are already not going at my pace. So now they are. So now he is now home with good old Mike there, who's being annoying as usual. And now they are. Now there's a stench in the kitchen, and no, it is not Mike. So now it is the wonderful diaper that babies have. So now they are going to attempt to change it. So now Mike is actually funny in this part. So I will show that clip in just a second.
I think something so small creates so much of something so disgusting.
Beats the shit out of me here.
Michael, just give me a little cotton. I don't need a package. I just need some cotton. No, wait, the wipes. Give me the cotton wipes.
Disgusting. It's all over. It's sticky and
Absorbent.
ask me.
So obviously they're struggling here with pretty much everything. So I don't know if you can tell or not, those wonderful extra absorbent diapers are pretty much ones that Tom Arnold is using for himself right now. So yes, those are adult diapers. So he got the wrong ones. I don't know if you don't see a baby on the package of the diaper, I don't know why you would get them for adults, but it was very funny anyways. So so far there are parts that are making me laugh, but so far number one movie, I am not seeing it so far. So so now he calls Rebecca for some help just because she is a woman. So I guess a person that may not have kids of her own should just automatically know what to do with children. So let's see how that goes. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Oh, Jackson, Turkey, which is where I'd be if my baby was in New York. Now look, Rebecca, we're dying here.
Michael doesn't know anything about babies. I don't know anything about babies. On top of that, I got deadlines hanging all over me. I've been reading these every 2 hours. Well, it takes me 2 hours to get her to eat anything. So does it mean feed her every 2 hours from when I start or every 2 hours from when I finish? Because I've been feeding her every 2 hours from when I start, and I'm feeding her all the time. So which is it?
Why are you asking me?
Because you're a woman.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I automatically know what to do with babies.
So Rebecca is not going to help actually take care of the baby. That is what he was going to ask. So I did like all the wonderful questions that he was asking her, because obviously he is pretty much overwhelmed, and I guess he's missing deadlines and other stuff from his work. The blueprints were also underneath the baby's little carrying thing there. So the carriage, I guess you want to call it. So, and so then of course she also did a doodle as well. So then that is what he says. I'll give you $1,000 to change it, but of course that was in the trailer. But now there are two people that are showing up to get the package, and I think one of the guys was actually in Home Improvement. Please comment below if that is correct. I think that is Earl Hindman from who played Wilson, who was, of course, behind the fence. You never actually saw his face, but he does kind of look like him. So I will show that clip in just a second.
I love the way everybody keeps calling it a package.
You can tell Sylvia for us. She's got a lot of nerve dumping her problems in our laps.
Who's Sylvia?
When it first got here, we considered calling the cops. But we didn't. We
wait.
stuck it out, even though it totally disrupted our lives. No, you wait. Hey, we haven't been able to work or to sleep. And there's been shit all over this place for days.
Shit.
What? Busted? Yeah. Yeah, you can say that.
Well, did you put the shit back?
Put it back? No, we had it bronze for posterity. What do you think we did?
Our next bottle's in.
So yes, to answer your question, that, or if anybody knew, that is Earl Hindman. That is
Your costume.
that is the guy that did actually play Wilson. So if you were wondering, yes, even though he was behind a fence, I knew what he looked like because the last episode they actually did reveal his face. So so now since he had to think about it for a minute, he realizes that they got the wrong package. So we just sent these two guys that do some bad things with the baby. So now the famous 80s music is playing, and Pete Mitchell is now running after the bad guys. So he's about to give them the correct package, which he found out is pretty much
Bad thing.
very, very bad things. It is of course, this is the 80s, so it is a nice white powder. So now he's going to try to exchange the package, but he runs into a little bit of a hassle here. So I will show that clip in just a second.
I gave you the wrong package. What's wrong? I made a terrible mistake. I gave you the wrong package. Look, I've got. Give me the baby first. Give me the baby first.
Be gentle. You're disturbing the baby. I keep him chained to the wall. I feed him raw meat.
Hey, what's going on here? I said, what's going on here?
Nothing, officer.
You gonna ride with that kid in the trunk?
No, of course not.
So the cop here kind of destroys the plan, because I think he was going to switch out the bad stuff with the baby, but Mr. Cop on the horse kind of destroyed that. So the cop goes up with them in the apartment, but then the narcotics cop shows up right behind him. So now the idea here is to get rid of the drugs in some way or hide it. So Mike decides to hide it in a really not maybe the best place. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Oh, who were those two men I saw you talking to?
Friends of the mother's. They were going to take her for a ride. The baby, not the mother, but they couldn't see because they broke it off. There's no baby seat.
Do you mind if I have a look at that baby? I just. Well, there she.
So here's the narcotics cop, who, yes, he is very suspicious. So he is, so now he does have the baby with the wonderful recreational goodies inside the diaper. So this whole scene here is it's becoming a little bit of probably the most intense part of this movie because you have a nosy cop, and now Jack decided to call, and he's saying things that he probably shouldn't be saying. With a cop being in the house, because just he's not talking about drugs, but but his wording might be a little bit bad timed. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Put this call through. I need to play the phone from you. Hey, Peter, this place is amazing. You will not believe some of the stuff I bought for you guys.
Jack,
I mean, the shit is so cheap here. I probably bought too much of it, but what the hell? I can always smuggle it in.
I'm just kidding. Jack, thanks for calling. And we'll see you when you get back.
So I think they want to rip Jack apart. So obviously his friend is involved with the stuff, and obviously the words that Jack uses now. He says when the sergeant asks for a glass of water, Mr. Mitchell there says, "Well, yes, this way it won't dry out his mouth." For when he reads him his rights. So a funny little line there. So now the drug dealers are sort of back in action. Their apartment is kind of hit. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Stand away. Stand away. Stand away. Exactly. Where's Mary? Where's Mary? Mary. Mary!
So this is a pretty big apartment, I must say. So he has to go through like 100 rooms just to find the baby, but he does. So now the next clip here, Jack comes back, and let's just say they are so happy to see him. So I will show the reaction in just a second.
Jack, you're such a jerk. You're always thinking about yourself. I want to kill you.
Michael, we won't have to. Jack, I would like to introduce you to your daughter, Mary.
No, wait a minute, you guys. You can't be sure that this is my kid.
What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Move down, go. Wait a minute. What's the matter with her? Good night, Jack.
Well, my guest is awake. So this is so they are so happy to have Jack back, and he looks so clueless when there is a kid now in the picture. And he has no idea what to do, but you know what? The other guys just don't care. They say, "It is so your turn to take care of this baby." And I was going to look for it didn't take me long to find the next clip. Let's see how Jack is handling this little situation. I will show that clip in just a second.
Hey, how do you put all these goddamn things anyway?
Figure it out for yourself, dickhead.
So this is good old Jack here, having so many problems taking care of the baby right off the bat. And yes, there's some name calling when they're playing pool. They're deciding if they're going to show him how to put the diaper on, and they of course said no. They had to figure it out. Now so does he. It is totally Jack's turn. This was all his fault. Now, Jack is now going to take care of this baby for a little while. They show him at his photo shoots, or his film shoots for that matter, and he's got the baby on a backpack. They do end up getting the bad guys, and now the final clip I'm going to show, Sylvia shows up. So this will be the final clip I'm going to show, so we get to meet Sylvia in just a second.
Come to get her. How's she doing?
She's fine. She's teething. That can be rough.
So here's the final clip. Mother of the Year came back, and obviously she drops her kid off, and all of a sudden she wants to see her. How nice. So what happens after this? You're going to have to find out for yourself. I do believe this is streaming on Disney Minus. Just a guess. So now that I'm going to be reviewing this, what would I give this? Was this an enjoyable movie? It wasn't bad, and it wasn't the white powder stuff. It was pure. It was actually the worst drug you can get, which is heroin. I think that's the worst drug. So I mean, they're all bad. Well, I shouldn't say that. Caffeine is probably the more mild one you can take. So anyway, so moving on from that conversation. Um, so now I'm trying to remember now where I left off. So this was your typical '80s movie. It had the music. It obviously had the whole. It seemed like the whole drug thing was in a lot of these '80s movies. A lot of the comedies, anyways, did make sort of light of this situation. Turner and Hooch did it. This one did it, and Dragnet and some other ones. So, anyways, so moving on. So this obviously, I'm trying to think about what I would grade this. I got some laughs out of this. I'm not going to say it was. I'm not going to say it was great by any means. I don't think I would even really want to see this in the theaters. So why this was the top grossing movie, I'm a little bit stunned at that. And somebody is snoring. So if I did have to grade this, I would probably give this a B minus. This was a decent movie, but it wasn't great by any means. I would obviously put Good Morning Vietnam way ahead of this one. The Untouchables way ahead of this one. And also Lethal Weapon and Beverly Hills Cop 2. There's just so many other movies I would actually rather see. Predator is actually came out that year as well. That one was just okay, but I can see people really wanting to see Predator instead of this movie as well. So, so that is pretty much it for Three Men and a Baby. No capes and lasers, but it was a decent movie to check out. I will recommend it, but it's not one that would really be a must watch. This is not one that I would star on my must see list, but it's more enjoyable than movies today for sure, which is no shock coming out of my mouth. So please comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.